I'm from Tennessee, a little area about an hour and a half north of Gatlinburg, if you're familiar with it. And we have a new problem in Tennessee. A Tennessee man was arrested after trying to have sex with an ATM. I've got to tell you, I have seen hundreds of risk assessments. I have yet to see this show up. The presentation this morning, we're going to get into a little more of the meat here, is on paradigms and paradoxes. And what I want to do is I want to try and influence the way you see things, your paradigm, your perception of the world around you. And along the way, I'll produce some little tidbits of information that may cause you to think a little differently, hopefully. The first paradigm we're going to take a look at, the first perception, is the internet. Some people still see the internet this way, the 1990s, and you've got mail. Everybody remembers those days, the computer modem doing its awful noises, and you'd wait 15 minutes for a picture to download, and now it's nearly instantaneous. You can have a video in your hands, you can talk to your friends, you can be there. Distance is dead. Every 60 seconds, there are 47,000 apps downloaded from the iTunes store. Amazon does $83,000 every single minute. 20 million photos are viewed on Flickr. 61,000 hours of music are streamed. 100,000 tweets are twittered. 277,000 people logged into Facebook in that 1 minute. 2 million Google searches. 30 hours are uploaded to YouTube, and 1.3 million videos are viewed. Every single minute in the world today. The fastest growing demographic on Twitter is 55 to 64-year-olds. Most teens have abandoned Facebook for private news systems like Snapchat or WhatsApp. Why have they left Facebook? Their parents joined. Nobody wants to be socializing around their parents. And Wall Street will almost instantaneously remove the cool off of a social network. YouTube now reaches more people age 18 to 34 than any cable network in the United States. At the turn of the century in 1900, banks were marketed by word of mouth. True statement? You talked about the bank down the street or the bank in the other city. They talked about it from one another, and your reputation determined your brand value. They're good guys. They've got good security. They take care of me. Then came the Don Drapers in the 1950s, for those of you that watch Mad Men, and the advertising boom. And you were as good as your slogan. You know, nobody does it like. This century, bank reputation is back to word of mouth. Now it's what people are saying about you. One slight difference. Since social is now global, it's a world of mouth. When we talk about mobile revolution, this is just to be clear. I want to make sure that this point gets through. Whether or not you're planning on doing mobile, let me just tell you, if you do not have a mobile strategy, you do not have a strategy. Here's why. The number of people on the planet with access to mobile is 6 billion. The number of people with access to working toilets is 4.5 billion. More people have access to mobile phones than toilets. That's the world. That's what you're dealing with today. Can you hear me now? My friend Brett King, he's a best-selling author. He literally wrote the book on banking, if you get a chance to look him up. Bank is no longer somewhere you go. It's something you do. We have moved from going to the bank coming with us. Here's another quick paradox for you, an interesting little statistic that I found. In the 1960s, Some of you were around for this. A transistor cost $10. Transistor radio had four. Four transistors, transistor radio, $50. Math sound right? Today's modern microprocessor has 3 billion, with a B, transistors on it at a cost of 15 millionths of a cent. So the next paradigm we want to talk about, the next perception of the world, is big data. Everyone talks about big data. We're going to use big data in our analytics and our omni-channel strategy and so on and so forth. Well, whoop-de-doo. What does it mean? We produce more data than from the beginning of mankind, of recorded civilization, to 2003, every 10 minutes. We are producing a lot of data. And do you know who has the best data on the planet? Y'all do. You have the financial data. You have past relationship data. You have customer trends. How do y'all feel about big data? I'll tell you, you love it. You love big data. 71% of financial service institutions are investing in big data for a competitive advantage. It's the battleground of the future. This represents a 97% increase since 2010. Let's talk about the Overseas Chinese Banking Corporation, the OCBC. They took their existing data and they analyzed historic customer data for individual customer preferences. I want to get to know you on a personal level. You're not just some CIP number. You're not just some guy. We want to know your personal preferences. What do you like? So they designed an event-based marketing strategy. You trigger an event, they marketed something to you that focused on high volume, coordinated, personalized, key word here, underlined, personalized marketing communications across every single touch point. The results: double and triple digit percentage increases in key customer performance metrics. A positive ROI in 18 months. 45% increase in overall conversion rates. If they offered it to you, generally you were going to buy it. A 60% increase in cross sales. No one in this room cares anything about that, right? How about a campaign revenue increasing by 400% from existing data? They just looked at it differently. Use social, use mobile, use it to your advantage. You can turn these things to your advantage today. You can take steps today. My final paradigms and final thoughts for you today. Optimize the potential for each customer relationship. And I mean relationship. Engagement is the method of the future. Use social, mobile, and big data to better align your business and technology initiatives. Bring these two pieces together. They're not separate. I speak to you as the geek that's downstairs in the IT room. As I leave you today, I just want to recognize that we're in a new world. Welcome. And it requires a new big picture. Thank you very much for your time this morning.